So you got to figure out, that's a lot of horn sounds going on all at once. Not to mention, we haven't even clicked on the cello or the violin or the electric guitar or the bass or the keys. And so, it's a lot to decide when you're working on a tune. What goes where, when it goes there. This has an EVO. It has a bass. We add the mode back in. Bass. EVO. Electric guitars. Synth. Percussion. Drums back in. So, now that it's all back in, you can see where the conflicts start to come up or where the problems start to come in. Because now we're hearing it all at once. And so what goes where and when it goes there is so important. And, what you put on it is so important. Are you going to put, a delay on something? Are you going to put reverb on something? What kind of preamp do you want to run it through? What kind of preset do you want it to have? All these things influence ultimately the sound that came through the microphone and got captured into the Pro Tools. And so all of these things ultimately are going to matter greatly before you send it to mix, because they're going to determine the sonic quality of what you send. And so there's a lot of fun things you can do too. For example, on this song, I thought it would be cool to make some space sounds, because the song is kind of about transmissions from space. And so one of the things I did was I added something called Sci-Fi. It's an old preamp to a cello, and it sounds now like it's coming from outer space, but it's only because I have that preamp setting on. Now, when you hear this cello sound, it sounds like there's all this animation to it. And it's because there is. Here, it'll happen again. You'll see it. It's this. It's Sci-Fi. So I put a ring mod on it. I added a 33% depth to it, put some threshold and depth with a trigger and hold. And now that cello has all that extra feature to it, but it's still just a cello. And so there's a lot you can do with production before you're even sending it off to mix to influence the way that it sounds when it gets there.